Recently, your girl Porsha has been all over the news with her divorce from Simon, and it got me thinking as a therapist, why do people ignore the red flags? We've seen it over and over again, but today we are going to get into it, okay? So make sure you stick around. Now, looking at the Porsha and Simon situation, divorce, some people believe it, some people don't. Some people think it's just storyline, okay? Now, it came out a couple months ago, if you don't know, that Simon has a criminal past. He's not really supposed to be here. He was supposed to actually be deported. And he's been fighting for, I believe, a green card, okay? But why do you guys think that women ignore red flags? We see the same thing with Karisha and Diddy. Karisha has now been in the news because of Diddy being raided and all those things. But the things that people don't recognize that these two women have in common, both Porsha and Karisha, I think at times they are so used to being in survival mode. Women ignore red flags because they are so used to being in survival mode that some of these men, relationships that they find themselves in, give them a lifestyle of thriving. They connect thriving to the materialistic things, what the men have to offer them. And because of those things, they end up in these situations, relationships, still functioning in survival mode, but the aesthetic makes them think about, oh, this is my option. This is my key out of it. And now the biggest difference between these two women, or maybe not, is I think now that I think about it, they both have it in common. They have wealth, they have money, they have opportunity, but those things do not fill you up inside. If you have not really worked on what's missing from here, the money, the lifestyle, the trips, the excursions that in both these situations with Diddy and Simon will only fulfill you for so long. Eventually you need to work on those core issues. And now looking at Porsha's relationship, it started off bad. I've said in so many videos, the foundation, what is the foundation giving? Because that foundation in your relationship is going to be what grows out of that soil. And so some people might feel like she stole Simon from Fallon. Some people might feel like she getting her karma. She caught her lick. She getting her lick back. I don't know. But it just shows you how that foundation of your relationship, that's what we're growing out of. Now, did y'all ever think it was really gonna work, or did you see this coming? Or are you surprised? But I think it just shows you how women ignore red flags because they want to feel like they can get out of their current life circumstance. And for Porsha at the time, on the outside, yes, she is a business owner. She has a child. She had that row of money. She has the family support, but still something is missing for her. That these relationships from Dennis, from Simon, I think at one point it was alleged she had like a Nigerian buying her like a Bentley or something. All those aesthetics fill you up. They make you forget about what you're going through. Okay, they make you forget, oh, I've only known this man for 30 days and now we're engaged. Oh, I've known this man for 6 months and now we're getting married. Not only did she have an American wedding, but she also had a Nigerian wedding. It was the lifestyle that got caught her up. The aesthetics, the car, Costa Rica, what this man could provide for her. I think she even gave up her own mansion, her own house to go live with him, and for it to all come crumbling down. And now, unfortunately, it seems like Simon is a very petty man. And it also seems like he's an opportunist. But there's still a part of me that's like, is this divorce real? Is this storyline? It's hard to believe anything nowadays because a lot of it does seem like, is it storyline? Okay. And now with Karisha, her situation is a little bit more toxic, a little bit more dire, because allegedly in these documents, she was really helping Diddy do a lot of illegal things. Okay. But luckily for Porsha, her situation is not toxic like that. But for Karisha, a lot of people follow her, look up to her, and feel like, oh, she was living a life. She was getting that Diddy stipend, the trips, the surgeries, not one, hear me with the S, surgeries, but can she come back from it? She's so used to being in survival mode. And part of being in survival mode, sometimes I see people who don't want to put a lot of effort. They want the easy way out. Because sometimes they've been fighting in the mud, trying to get out from the mud on their own. So there's this opportunity, this savior, who sometimes presents themselves as a man or whoever. It could be any type of person who is going to bring you more than what you think you already have. And she sacrificed, some people say her soul, herself, for the lifestyle, the brand. Because I don't know if she can come back from this. Will people trust her, believe her, or is she stained with all the things that Diddy has stained on him? But I think women ignore red flags because of the aesthetics, because of being stuck in survival mode. It's hard to ignore the opportunity of all these things that these men were offering when all you know is to fight. All you know is to be at the bottom or be surviving and fighting. And Karisha, I just think that at times she's lazy. Okay, and I think, side note, that's kind of the reason why the city girls are not working anymore, because they became lazy and got used to the money. Now, Porsha, on the end, she's gonna bounce back. But she needs to do some self-work also about, why do I end up in these relationships? Because it's not the first. I hope it's the last. And also, how are these relationships affecting my children? How is this relationship with Simon affecting Porsha's daughter, them stepkids? And Karisha, how is this Diddy situation affecting her children? Sometimes people don't think about the consequences of their actions and how it affects others because they're so used to just the aesthetic, the lifestyle. And social media plays into that because I gotta look like I have it better than everybody else. Or it's just like, I want to put out a certain lifestyle that I'm living that ain't really true. And because you are functioning in survival mode, you'll continue to ignore the red flags because you don't want to be in survival mode anymore. But until you really get real with yourself, understand what you really need, understand what you need to hear, you'll keep ignoring the red flags. But I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of these two women? Very different, yet the same. Did you think about that? Now, if you got this far in the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me know your thoughts. Why do women ignore red flags? Because your girl can get into it. Now, I got to go do some work, pay some bills, but I will see you in the next video. Bye.